spoiler season have started, so I made a small video series here going over all of the cards. Before we begin, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button for me, guys, and go ahead and check the description for that survey. In here, we have the announced boss for the starter deck number 4. Has a simple effect here. It is a Zaft card with Link. It says attack if this unit has 5 or more AP. That's what I was talking about, the Zaft thing. Choose one enemy unit that is level 5 or higher and deal 3 damage to it. So this is like a big guy killer. So as of right now with the card pool, there's not many targets that the thing can even hit. Now you could say this is like a control deck killer. They probably don't want to see Aegis Gundam because he just has the potential of dealing so much more damage to them. And what I mean by control decks, I'm just saying, like, if we get to a point where we have level 5, level 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s out there, he has more targets. So this card is just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger throughout time. As of right now with the current card pool, he isn't the strongest. I could only imagine that all the big guys coming out, Proto Zero, Epion, shoot, Freedom Gundam, those guys are going to all be level 5 or higher. We might not see level 10s just yet. And of course, you have to have the pilot. It says when linked during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit that is level 5 or lower as its attack target. So now it changes the Aegis Gundam into a lower killer, but it's only for the turn. So it's when you link it, you have that ability to do it the one time. So you can think of it kind of like as an Amuro Ray, but he can attack anyone. It says an active enemy, so that's pretty cool. That's level 5 or higher, just kind of just attack into it. It's got that Wing Gundam effect at level 5 just for the one turn. It's pretty good because it gives you extra toughness as well. All right, guys, and here we have the Gundam DEATHSCYTHE, a level 6, cost 4. This is one of your late game guys. I love everything about this card except for one thing. He's not standing on anything. Doesn't say anything. He's not standing on anything. That's kind of weird. He's kind of just floating there in midair. But let's go over his effect. It says when paired with an Operation Meteor pilot, place 1 rested resource, then this unit gains first strike during this turn. Now here's the thing about the first strike portion. Obviously it says during this turn, and you have Summoning Sickness, so how can you really utilize it? You have to link it with Dual Maxwell, so that's how the only way you're going to get that first strike. I do like the rest of resource. It's kind of like whatever. It does bring you to level 8 during the next turn. If there are cards in Operation Meteor, let's say Proto Zero comes out and he's a level 8, this will bring you exactly in that range. You can pair this with anyone. You know, you can put Troa underneath this thing and be able to still have the plus resource. So you're turning any of your pilots to a plus resource and plus stats, and you can still get there. But being able to have first strike almost makes it feel like it's better than Wing sometimes, so that's pretty good. And here he is, Dual Maxwell himself, and at a 1/2, it says during link only. So he can only really work with his DEATHSCYTHE, which just kind of sucks. Like I don't like pilots that said during link, because they really can't be used with anything else other than its stats, right? They just become a stat boost. It says this unit's AP can't be reduced by enemy effects. So he's definitely going to get that first strike going on for you, because a lot of things that can disrupt the first strike are AP minuses from white, and it kind of just like an anti-white card. So it's just like, I'm going to deal the 6 damage to this creature first, and it's going to die. And that's pretty much going to clear up almost every single creature in the game other than like a linked wing. Yeah, that site comes out, just remove something. Here we have the Banshee. It says when paired, choose 1 enemy unit with 3 or less HP and rested. Now the ability isn't too crazy. It can be paired with anyone, so any pilot getting on this will go ahead and cause its effect to trigger. It is a level 4, it costs 3. So basic stats, basic, mid-range creature. But it says link with a cyber new type. Now as of right now, we only have 1 cyber new type. That is full frontal. But guess who is also a cyber new type? That is Marita Cruz. That means she is on her way. This makes me believe that there's going to be a red-blue deck essentially in the making right now, and obviously there's Full Frontal, who's also a cyber new type, so mixing in the red and blue might work, and this is probably where the Banshee will find its home. But overall, just playing this as a normal mid-range card with any kind of pair to be able to trigger the effect is pretty good. So overall, this can be a decent card as well. So for the Banshee, I'm going to go ahead and probably rate it like a 3, because we just need to see more of it. The DOP, man, this is like I want to say a 3, a little bit higher, because this is just a 1/1 peak. Scry 1 is pretty good. Be able to look at the top card of your deck, return it to the top or bottom of your deck, so you kind of control the top card of your deck. Any kind of card that helps you dig a little bit is just really good. Like, even if you're just looking for a pilot, the pilot's coming up, base is coming up, what's coming up. It's just the top card. This card is really, really good at 1. It doesn't do anything else other than that, but it kind of just sets you up. Overall, guys, the DOP is a really solid card. This is kind of like I want to say it's average. But I want to say this can be used against any green deck, you know, especially if you're kind of controlling the top, maybe even in ramp. If you got to the point where you no longer need the ramp and you peek the top card and just a ramp card, then you can probably put that to the bottom. Like, we no longer need that. Here we have Nicole, last name too hard to pronounce, I'm not even going to try there. So it's a command card, level 2, cost 1, and it says main action step, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less AP and deal 2 damage to it. It is 0/1 Zap coordinator. I like this card a lot. This is like another like burn spell almost. It's all about their AP. So if you play this in white, like I played this for example in white red, I was able to lower their AP and then be able to fire this off and be able to clear them up or deal at least 2 additional damage to what I was trying to do. But I like this. Consider this as an early game destroy card. So like, I think this is almost a staple. I would almost put this at a 4, but that's maybe because I like it too much. But there have been games where like it kind of gets dead in my hand. It depends. Like if you're fighting a full mid-range deck, this card doesn't really do anything, especially if you don't play it in any kind of like white or any kind of like reducing of their AP. If you do that, this card becomes stronger. So it really depends. Like there's moments where it may not work. So you may find yourself not putting this as a 4 of. You may even, like if there's a side deck, maybe you put more of those in that side deck. But yeah, that's only if the side deck exists. Here we have the Covert Operative with Shattuck, another command card, level 3, cost 1. This card is really, really good. Obviously, we have like one of the better Academy pilots here. But it only has a main effect. Like, it says choose one enemy unit with 2 or less HP and return it to its owner's hand. However, if you have a link in play, choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP instead. So this almost becomes like a really, really solid removal spell. This is almost as good as like I think is the Witch and a Bride, almost as good as that, but it costs 1. You know, so you can think of it like that. It's like a mid-range Witch and a Bride. So I put this card as a 3. And here's one of the best red cards in the game right now. I'm gonna say probably 5 stars because this is probably gonna be in every single red deck for a long time. You know, just being able to simply say burst, activate this card's main effect, main action, choose one enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it. It's that reach, it's that early game kill, it's a control card, it's a get out of my way card. And the artwork looks really cool. A lot of people get this confused with like a Sonaju, like this actually being a creature. He is kicking the unicorn, probably dealing 0.0 damage to the unicorn actually, but he is kicking the unicorn. Nah, actually unicorn taking physical damage probably messes it up a lot. Being kicked by a whole ass mobile suit is probably rough. All right, we have if we can't have Riddy's main unit, the Delta, we have the Stark Jagan, another one that says link with the Earth Federation. I like this card a lot, and the picture is so crisp. I think this is the one that fought against the Kshatriya in the fight. I think if you really look, you have the Kshatriya beams in the background kind of firing off, and this is where he fired off the volley of rockets, dealing 0.0 damage to her. But the Stark Jagan, oh man, repair 1. This is a solid card, just like Sailor Moss target, Riddy target. You'll be surprised how good this card is. I like this a lot. I play this in Earth Federation Repair. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's just Delta. He's like a Delta Plus, just a little bit like the little brother of Delta Plus. So sideboards, right? So like I said, we definitely need sideboards. Even if you happen to absolutely ramp to level 6 and turn all of your resource sideways to play this command card that's not even a creature, during your main effect only, deal 2 damage to all units with blocker. It says all units. That means it can even destroy your cards. You trying to blow your own board up? Go for it. Deal 2 damage to all units with blocker. So that means it's also saying you shouldn't play blocker cards when you're playing this giant space cannon. That cannon's a little bit too big. Jeez, what the heck is like a space colony cannon? So Earth Destroyer? I like how it's like taking all those sun panels to get all the energy for it. That's pretty cool. This card is cool. I think this card is a 0. This card is a 0 out of 5. This card only becomes good if we allow sideboards. Otherwise, there's no shot that you're going to waste a slot in your deck for this card. This card's trash. This card's absolutely bad. It's just one of those meta dependent, and if it has a sideboard. When I looked at this card, I was thinking maybe Bandai was trying to tell us something. Maybe blocker is so crazy. And I do understand that almost every color now is like getting some form of blocker. So blocker is not really exclusive to white. It's a lot of different colors are going to be getting blocker, especially blue now. Blue's like has a ton of blockers too. So, you know, blue-white blockers, being able to just strategic arm them might be rough, I guess. But if you're at level 6 anyway, you're probably where that deck wants to be anyway. I will say this, there's been some games where a lot of my blockers block a lot and they all have incurring damage on it. Obviously, I can't repair anything. So this one kind of just clears them all up. That could be a true board up there. If that happens, that'll be like 1 out of every 30 games, you know. Like I don't know, I talked about this card for so long. It's just one of those cards where like, man, this card becomes usable if there's a sideboard. And I think the game needs to have a sideboard. If this game doesn't have a sideboard, guys, we need to go ahead and hit Twitter. We need to fight for the sideboard. We need the best 2 out of 3. So I was excited when this card came out, and then at the same time, it's kind of just like mediocre. It's your fair stats here, but at cost 2, which is pretty good. It is a 3/4, and it goes Cyber new type. Now, obviously, we are waiting for the homegirl to come out, Marita Cruz. But right now, there's only 2 cards right now that work with Cyber new type. It is the Kshatriya, and it's the Banshee. Obviously, both of her units here. Shit, you know, the Marita Cruz players are definitely gonna just rock blue-red. They're just gonna play blue-red Marita Cruz. No clue what she does, but having 4 instead in your toughness is pretty good as well. All right, guys, here we have the 13th Tactical Testing Sector. This is something that it took me a while to like. I didn't really like this innately. I would rather just like use a command card or another unit. But it says active main rest is base. If a friendly academy unit is in play, choose 1 enemy unit and -1 AP. Just having a base is always really good, and just having a kind of like ability on the base that you can constantly use all the time instead of just like kind of just come out and do this one thing is pretty good as well. Like once you have the academy out, it's just free to kind of just tap it in -1. You don't have to pay extra like you have to do on other effects on other creatures. So, and sometimes being able to stack up your minus APs is exactly what you want. If you're able to get that fair trade, and even if you leave your guy at 1 AP, like 1 HP, 1 damage left before it's dead, that's worth it, right? And then you're forcing your opponent to be able to have to find another way in order to destroy it. So this cat card is actually pretty good. It makes me want to put it at like a 3.5, but because you have to have an academy, you can't just throw this in like white Earth Alliance, for example. This wouldn't do anything in Earth Alliance. If you have maybe like a white mixture of a deck, which again, you just have to have academy in play in order to be able to do this. They kill you all your academy guys, this card technically turns off. This boy is a 5-star. This boy is crazy. This boy is the boy. Super simple effect, but guys, we are in the starter deck meta, the first set meta, so this is going to be one of the craziest cards. You're probably going to see this in top list all over the place. We have Tall Geese. It says activates main effect once per turn, pay 4, set this unit as active, and in Bandai games that literally means stand it back up, attack again. So he can also be treated as like that late game card, or you don't even need to attack again, just keep him as like a nuisance. Just restand him and kind of pest your opponent, because not giving your opponent the chance to knock it down, or even just like being able to hit something, survive the attack, and then hit something again. So like you can kill, he kills 2 guys, so that's pretty good too. All right, here we have the Zex Marquise himself. Says during your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit by battle, draw 1 card. That is crazy good. Obviously he has to be able to destroy something. You still get the draw even if this card dies, but being able to like hit maybe your opponent's shield and then be able to hit something, still draw a card, or even potentially draw 2 cards off of this guy is really, really good. He's definitely going to get a kill because he's providing that +2. It is one of those cards where it's only during Link, so you won't be able to put this during on anything else. Obviously you can for the +2/1 stats, but there's other ways you can do that a lot more effectively. More access to drawing cards without having to use the actual command cards is really good. But overall, this card is like a, I don't want to like rate it too low because it is Zex, but like I have to say like a 2 because he is super level. He is like level 5, which is middle of the game, and he only works on Link, so I don't like that effect, so I'm gonna have to give it a 2. But with the Tallgeese, crazy, right? All right, here we have the Rambo Rao, the blue giant command card, and it just simply says choose 1 friendly unit during your action phase. It can't receive battle damage from enemy units with 2 or less AP this battle. I would say this is one of more of the early game cards, but at the same time, it can't be used until level 4. If this was like a level 3, it might be a little bit more usable. Not really useful, I would say overall. You're kind of cleaning up something else a little bit, but not really, can't really, no one comes to mind, maybe a GOG. Now you can reduce their AP, and it says can't receive battle damage, so only a friendly unit. So you have to choose a friendly unit, and it's only for that particular battle, not the turn. So I don't think his action ability is really that good. And here is his unit. I love the artwork. It looks really, really good. Looks like he jumps out of a plane. But here we have the goof. Deploy 1 rested Zaku. That's a 1/1 token. And he links with Rambo Rao at a 2/3. I actually like this particular card, but I don't think I would play it with Rambo Rao. I don't think I need it. Now, I mean, if you're playing pure green Xeon, sure, you know, throw Rambo Rao in there, but like just being able just play the guy, drop another token. You're forcing your opponent to deal with something else on the board. And 1/1 tokens in this game is like a 1/1 token in other games like Hearthstone, guys. It doesn't just deal 1 damage, it deals a damage to a shield, and there's only 7 shields. So you can think of it as dealing 1/7 of damage or 1/6 of damage. So a 1/1 token can be a problem. Now, obviously, if they have the base, you're playing the whole life game at that point. That's a little bit different. But if they don't, the 1/1 does enough. And sometimes that can be slept on. Alright guys, that's going to end it for today's reveal. If you want to see more card reveals, go ahead and check this video right here. For other content, check out these videos over here. I know life can be hard out there, guys, but keep your head up, keep moving forward, and most importantly, let nothing stop you. Peace out, guys.